All right, so it's Friday, which is a good time for the 208 callback. We're going to call this one the legislative edition. This week, there was a lot of movement down at the State House, as you just heard, including several controversial bills. And let's start with what we saw on Monday.
Abortion is not a constitutional right.
No one's most intimate medical decisions should be controlled by us.
On Monday, one of the most restrictive abortion laws in the country was sent to Governor Little's desk for his signature. It's modeled after one recently passed in Texas. Senate Bill 1309, if it was signed into law or would be signed into law, would make abortions illegal after 6 weeks. But it would also allow immediate family members to sue the doctor who performed the abortion. During the debate, we also learned this.
Reading through here, I understand that someone who has committed a rape would not be able to sue if an abortion were to take place. Would a family member of said rapist be able to sue? Would they have standing?
If it is the parents, siblings, aunts and uncles, grandparents, then yes.
Same question then for incest as well?
Down 21.
Thank you, yes.
So a rapist's family could sue, and if that rape is a form of incest, they could also sue, is included in that bill. It passed the House along party lines 51-14. We just learned that bill didn't make it to the governor's desk until yesterday afternoon. We were thinking this whole time they had until today to sign it. Well, the clock didn't start ticking until yesterday afternoon. So he has 5 days from yesterday to either veto it, sign it, or just let it go and let it go into effect on its own. So a decision will be made by or on Wednesday, we assume, next week, and it will officially go into effect 30 days after it is signed or just let to go into, well, legislation or into law. In the days since, both Oregon and Washington have said they are preparing for a possible influx of Idahoans who may be needing an abortion and heading to those states to seek one. On Tuesday, the Senate Majority Caucus said they would not be advancing House Bill 675. That's the bill that would make it illegal for anyone under the age of 18 in Idaho to get gender confirmation surgery. It would also put a ban on puberty blockers and hormone treatments, things that are used to assist in a gender transition. It would also mean you couldn't go out of state to get those things done. It passed the House last week. Senate President Chuck Winder said he believed the odds were very low of that bill being brought up in the Senate, and it looks like he was right. In a statement, Senate GOP leadership said while they oppose any and all gender reassignment surgeries, they said, quote, HB 675 undermines parental rights and allows the government to interfere in parents' medical decision-making authority for their children. We believe in parents' rights, and the best decisions regarding medical treatment options for children should be made by the parents, they said, with the benefit of their physician's advice and expertise, which is why that bill, now literally and figuratively in the drawer in a State Affairs Committee, will not see the light of day. Wednesday, we heard from Chuck Winder again on a different bill, one he introduced with two others, called the COVID Pause Act. It would prevent most employers from requiring employees to get the vaccine for 1 year. It would also prevent businesses from discriminating against anybody who shows up, visitors or attendees of an event, who have chosen not to get the COVID vaccine. There are some exceptions, specifically for those working for the federal government, as well as those working for healthcare systems that receive Medicare or Medicaid. It would also not apply to employees that are required to travel out of state where vaccines are required. There are criminal penalties in the bill, including facing misdemeanor charges of a $1,000 fine.
Tried to recognize that there are legitimate business interests that need to be protected, but there are also legitimate personal interests that need to be protected. I like to use the expression thread the needle on protecting the rights of the employee while trying to safeguard the rights of the employer.
Of course, those against the bill say that Idaho, which calls itself the least regulated state in the country, should stay out of businesses' affairs altogether. This morning, it was up on the House floor where it received only positive debate and passed 45-23. It now heads to Governor Little's desk. And by the way, Idaho's COVID state of emergency, which has been in place for more than 2 years, will come to an end officially on April 15th. So the bill, were it to be signed into law, would expire on April 15th, 2023. State House leadership also signaled they hope to be done for the end of the year by next week, but with dozens of bills still left on the reading calendar, including budgets, who knows? We'll find out if they actually adjourn a week from today. Oh, and one other thing. An odd scene played out in the House for the second time in a week. Wait, I know what you're thinking. Something odd in the House? Well, you're going to have to be more specific. Well, this wasn't regarding COVID or abortion or CRT. No, it was just a basic resolution commemorating the 50th anniversary of the Sawtooth National Recreation Act. Here's a little background for you. Back in 1972, Idaho Senator Frank Church helped establish the 756,000-acre Sawtooth National Recreation Area and created the Sawtooth Wilderness area. And that includes more than 300 high-elevation lakes, more than 700 miles of hiking and trails, and it's absolutely beautiful. It's a popular spot for Idahoans and tourists alike thanks to places like Redfish Lake and the White Cloud Range. Representative Ned Burns of Bellevue, who sponsored the bill, brought it up once, but then it failed because it included references to future wilderness areas in Idaho. So he went back to the drawing board, took out that line, and reintroduced it. But several lawmakers still took issue with the fact that land is federal land.
I just want to point out what this bill is and what it isn't. This is not a celebration of the wilderness of the state of Idaho. This is a celebration of the federal government's overreach and management of what should be state lands.
I was going to say that this bill just makes fluffy statements about how great the government declaration is on this, but it's actually more serious than that. We are honoring federal control, federal management of lands.
I'm just trying to honor some hard workers and some beautiful land in our state. That's about it.
The expression on his face, like, I don't know what I just did, but okay, I don't know how this got here. A majority agreed, though, with that sentiment that this shouldn't be happening, and it failed on a 22-45 vote. By the way, that same bill passed the Senate with a unanimous voice vote. I guess the beauty of the federal government, federally managed Sawtooth Recreation Area will go without a resolution.